How's it going, you sexy beast? Happy Easter, happy 420, and most of all, happy Sunday. Since it is Sunday, today we'll be going through another Subscriber Sunday Q&A, where I answer a handful of questions from you lovely people. Let me go ahead and apologize if I murder the crap out of pronouncing your name. I'm so very sorry. First of all, Jackster8484 asks, if you could change one gameplay mechanic in Planetside 2, what would it be? Well, personally, I would change the gunplay in the game. Every single scope in the game, every single sight, everything that's not like a 2D layer over the screen is misaligned. It's not in the center of the screen, so it's not where the bullets are going to go. I would fix that, and I'm just going to go ahead and cheat and change one more mechanic and get rid of Cone of Fire. Just multiply all the recoil in the game by 3 times, and we're good. I hate Cone of Fire, it's stupid. I don't want a little bloom where my bullets are going to be. I'd much prefer to have the control. Even if the weapons are going to kick like a horse, I would much prefer to have the ability to control that instead of jumping and my gun is just going to go everywhere without any control over it. Spiral Warrior asks, what if SOE took away SMGs from infiltrators and gave them shotguns instead? I actually have a video on my channel showing an infiltrator with the shotgun, which I believe it was the Mauler S6 from the beta, the semi-automatic shotgun from the new conglomerate, and it was awful. I played as an infiltrator. You can cloak, you can go invisible, you can run up to somebody, you press F, click twice, and they're dead. And they have no way to fight that. It's just like fighting normal pump-action shotguns when you run around a corner and the other dude just clicks once and you're dead. You have no ability to combat it. It would be pretty awful. I mean, it would be interesting to add a new weapon to the infiltrator, but overall, everybody would hate it more than like it. Andrea Aperti asks, what do you think is the best way to deal with aircraft as infantry? This one's pretty simple. It takes a lot of know-how, a lot of experience, and 0 certification points. If you see that Liberator fly over your base, just hit redeploy. Just hit redeploy. Go to a different base. That's the only way to combat air right now. Unless you have 5 heavy assaults, all with the air-to-ground lock-on rockets, there's no way to fight aircraft as infantry. Unless you want to pull a dual burster max. And then once one light assault turns the corner with the C4, you have no way to fight them either. So, fuck aircraft. Pretty much. Enigma Tittle asks, if you have to live in any other state, what would it be? Probably California. Everything happens in California. I'm on the opposite side of the country. Nothing happens over here. Except Coca-Cola. Woo! I think it'd be California because that's where all the conventions are, that's where all the game developers are, that's where everything is. Or Washington, since my favorite game company in the world lives up there, Valve. So, Valve or everything else. NateDog4 asks, wouldn't you agree that the NC Max should have an anti-infantry weapon other than a shotgun for their max? Hell yes. I'm tired of shotguns. In general. I'm tired of them being on my aircraft. I'm tired of them being on my tanks. I'm tired of them being on my harasser Jeep Doom buggy transport vehicles, on my flashes, on my heavy assault. Shotguns are overdone. Nobody likes them at all in any shape or form. So I would much prefer a nanite systems weapon. That's kind of like a Gauss rifle rail driver type thing that shoots like, has like 20 rounds in the magazine, shoots really slow, but it's like a Gauss saw kind of, I guess. That would be pretty neat. And it would also be available for all the factions, since that's the way SOE makes money. 221 Jenkins asks, what's your favorite faction and major god in Age of Mythology? Also, did you play / like Age of Mythology, Age of Empires 3? I did not play Age of Empires 3. I actually played Age of Empires 2, but I played like 3 games of it and watched some other people play it. My favorite faction and major god in Age of Mythology would have to be the Greeks, because Greeks are awesome. Also, they are my favorite before the expansion came out. And then I would typically choose Zeus and just work my way up to the Mythic Age and get Hephaestus as my minor god, because the Plenty god power was awesome. Horan Dumpascaro asks, what's your favorite server to play on? Ever played any game in the Total War series? If yes, did you like it? My favorite server to play on has got to be Connery. Even though it is the most shittiest, right behind Briggs, in usage, lagginess, or login side. Connery is fun because that's where everybody is, that's where the most fights are, that's where you can get the most action and everything. But typically when there's more than 40 people in one area, then shit just stops working. Like grenades, flares, flak, medical kits. It was really apparent in my Planetside 2 YouTuber squad platoon thing. I ate 3 medkits and then just nothing happened. My health still stayed the same. And did I ever play a Total War series game? I did. I did not like them. They seemed really boring to me. It just seemed like you dragged a whole bunch of dudes, you hit A left click, and then just watch the movie go on. You could zoom in and watch them die and stuff. And the recent Total War 2 just sounds like utter shit, and that the series is probably dead. The only thing that I would play would probably be Medieval 2. I think that's a game, or just Medieval, because it has the Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth mod thing, which is freaking awesome. Everybody loves orcs and elves and crap. Frostbite Gamer asks, did you play Team Fortress 2? If so, how long did you play it, and did you enjoy it? Yes, I did play Team Fortress 2. I played the crap out of that. Once the orange box came out, I got it for the Xbox 360, and I played it a ton there, even though any first-person shooter on consoles is just laughably awful. And then once the first, big game update for it came out, and they actually started adding items, which I believe... I want to say the first ones that they added was for the heavy, like the sandwich and stuff. I played the crap out of that. Everybody was really excited. There was new items in the game. There was like a drop system. Well, no, but back then it was just achievements. But now it's a drop system. And they've shifted it from, fun, I guess, like a core gameplay mechanic, more so to who can get the most hats and look the most stupid. I don't know. I just don't really like it anymore. It's more about the hat simulator than anything else now. Cameron Cole asks, would you support a complete revamp of the drifter jump jets that allow the light assault to have a horizontal directional dashing ability as well as an added forward movement speed ability, similar to the Titan dodge system in Titanfall? Yes, in theory, but with Planetside 2's engine, we do not have the ability to do so. In the beta, there was actually a jump jet, which I believe was called the Colossus jump jet, something like that. Which, if you would use it, it would expunge your entire jump jet fuel capacity, and you would leap far into the sky. The cool thing about that is you could scale buildings and mountains just like that. It was crazy. But with the server, how it predicts where you are with all the tick rate, sending packets to and from the client to the server. On your screen, you're flying, everything's smooth and normal like it should be, but if there's some dude on the ground that's shooting bullets up into your butt, the server doesn't know how to predict it on his end. So you could be shooting at some guy, they could hit their jump jets and then just fly into the sky, but on their end, you just disappear. In actuality, you're 30 feet above their head. I don't know. If they did have the ability to slide back and forth, you can just imagine some dude with a shotgun or the burst fire weapon. I don't even know why I said that. Just imagine a shotgun light assault that's just hiding behind a corner. He dashes out, shoots you in the face, and dashes back. On his screen, it's smooth. He just flies out, hits you in the face, but on your screen, you just die. The server probably doesn't even know what the hell happened. You don't know what the hell happened. You just took damage and fell over. Since everything in Planetside 2 is client-side, then you just don't even know what happens. Typically, if people do have missing textures and walls and all that jazz, since the game is client-side, they're allowed to shoot through it, even though you don't even know where they are. It would just be a buggy mess. It would be cool if the engine allowed it, but we all know it does not. Hip Russian Man asks, do you think the Toaster Republic's tank should have the ability to fire both of its cannons at the same time? There actually is a mechanic in the game like that right now. It's called a Vanguard or a Magrider. Ice Speedy MG asks, Drathamus, why don't you use the Gauss-Saw S? It's like the Gauss-Saw, but better. The main reason I use the Gauss-Saw is because it deals 200 damage, and the Gauss-Saw S does not do 200 damage. The Gauss-Saw S is just an EM1. Woo! If the Gauss Saw S actually dealt the 200 damage, which is the reason I use the Gauss Saw, then I would probably use it. If not, the Gauss Saw S does 167 damage, so the EM6, I just run with that. I don't feel like unlocking another gun for 1,000 certs for however much it costs. And lastly, Scarves asked, tits or ass? I actually answered this in like my 7,500 subscriber milestone video. Why not both? Now that we've got some of your fantastic questions answered, what's going on with the channel? Well, I'm slowly adding more and more game coverage. If you may or may not have noticed, I've been hammering out plenty of content for you guys, and I'm starting to broaden my horizons further to bring you the very best viewing experience so everyone can get a taste of whatever content they like. Tomorrow will be the second episode of the Outfit Spotlight, and later on during the week I'll be doing a behind the scenes video to showcase everything I do to make a video for YouTube. I'll also be producing a new channel trailer to bring in more viewers and hopefully look more professional, as well as possibly setting up a Patreon page if you guys would like something like that. I'm more than likely going to pick up Battlefield 4 Premium and add more Battlefield 4 content to the channel, as well as possibly making a Titanfall weapon review. Don't worry, I won't do a stupid weapon choice like the Smart Pistol or anything like that. Also, for Elder Scrolls Online, I need to find a new way of presenting it. My Fungal Grotto Dungeon Guide got very poor viewership for the 8 hours or so of editing alone, so I need to find something new to cover in it if people want to watch stuff like that. Sony Online Entertainment's new game, H1Z1, will also be seeing big coverage on the channel once its early access comes out within a month. With that, expect to see a video on what we know so far to see if you'll enjoy the game or not. That should hopefully also be coming out later this week. So there you have it, you sexy beasts. Please let me know in the comments section below what games you would like to see, what content or videos you'd like to have coverage of, or just let me know that you had a fantastic weekend and an even awesomer Sunday. I love every single one of you, and without you this channel would be nothing. So if you guys like this video, or what say you, please give it a big ass thumbs up. If not, thumbs it down, let me know what I can improve upon. I love you guys, have a fantastic night, and I will see you next time.